Hooray for Hollywood!
Right here in the Western Mountains of North Carolina, we have our own Hollywood sign. So I rescued this out of an old Hollywood video store. And I kind of sat around and tried to figure out what we were going to do with it. So I decided to put it on my mountainside right next to my building, which I call the lot. And so we have the Hollywood sign right here in the Western Mountains of North Carolina.
That's right. We are at my friend Richard's house, and he's going to show us an updated walkthrough of his crazy movie museum and collecting fortress. Daze with Jordan the Lion and you all begins now. We came out here about 2 years ago and checked out some of Richard's stuff, and he has made a lot of changes since I was here, so this should be fun. All right, hello Richard.
Hello and welcome back to the lot, Jordan. It's great to have you and your viewers back here in North Carolina in my building I affectionately call the lot, stage 27.
Why is that?
27 because it was the day that my wife and I met almost 25 years ago, but also it happened to be the biggest Hollywood soundstage in 1938 when they were filming The Wizard of Oz, which is my favorite movie. Soundstage 27, which was the Munchkinland soundstage at MGM.
Yellow Brick Road, yeah.
Yellow Brick Road, yeah. So affectionately named after the day that my wife and I met, and also the soundstage in Hollywood. So this is the lot. I have it set up in different areas, everything from the Chamber of Horrors over here.
And your wife helps you create a lot of the mannequins and things that we're going to see today, right?
Yeah, she does. She does a lot of the special effects details on the faces. I have a friend who makes all of my heads for me, and then she'll turn around and give them life with the eyes and the shading and the makeup and all that kind of stuff. So she's an amazing artist in that sense, that she can actually turn around and make something kind of come to life with just a little bit of makeup and special effects.
Yeah, you have quite a collection here.
So we have Boris Karloff over here. We have Chucky. There's some props from Texas Chainsaw Massacre there over in the corner. There's some props down here from the Halloween films, from Nightmare on Elm Street. This is a really cool. These are really cool pieces. If you saw the last Halloween 2000, the last series of the Halloween movies, Halloween Ends, Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis fight at the end of the movie, and she stabs him in the hands in the kitchen. These are the hands.
Wow, that's awesome.
Hands that were made by Oscar winner Christopher Nelson, who made the actual hands and did all the special effects for Halloween. These are actually Michael Myers' hands. At the end of the movie, Jamie Lee Curtis's granddaughter throws a switch that crunches Michael up into a machine. There's the switch that she throws right there in the corner.
Wow!
This is actually the actual contraption that she throws that ends the life of Michael Myers.
That is awesome.
Those lights that are lit back there, believe it or not, are from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house.
No kidding.
Yep, I pulled those out of the house when it was abandoned there in Austin, Texas. It's now since gone. There's also a crate underneath there that was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. So lots of different, what I call relics.
Yeah,
relics
I love that.
History, relics of different film locations and all that. I like kind of collecting that kind of stuff.
And you have tons of autographs kind of interweaved.
Yeah, there's autographs
all over
everywhere.
the place.
John Williams there from Jaws. Of course, we have a great scene here from Jack Nicholson's The Shining.
Tell us about this. This is a fun story.
It's a fun story, yeah. So we have one of the acts used in The Shining. So there were probably 50 to 75 different acts used in The Shining. This was not a screen-used axe. People might say, oh, it's the wrong color. Well, it's the wrong color because the guy actually took it. He was the prop master's son, and he cut wood with it for 30 years. He painted it and everything. So I rescued that out of his home in England from his son, and he was happy to get rid of it. In fact, he thought I was crazy that I was willing to pay what I paid for it. But we can't say that it was used on set, but in the movie as screen used. But we can say it was definitely on set. The screen used axe, which is what they call the hero axe that he's using there in that scene, that sold for $250,000.
The cool thing though is when you created this setup, didn't you use that axe to
I used this axe to literally chop that hole. Yeah,
that's great.
I did. So we gave Jack Torrance a place there too. And usually I have The Shining play on the screen, but I took all that down just so I don't want you to get flagged for copyright. So
this is the Michael Jackson
area, which we talked about a little bit last night. All the stuff signed by MJ. There's Prince area. Those albums are all albums that are signed by different people. There's Taylor Swift down there, a display that I made for a signed Taylor Swift CD. Elton John's above her, Lady Gaga, Mariah Carey, Lionel Richie.
And you've met all of these people.
Yeah, these are all people that I've met. Here's a Metallica album sign. There's another Metallica album sign there. Concert tour T-shirts, vintage T-shirts. Lots and lots of vintage T-shirts. We have Beetlejuice is here. Linda Blair and Max von Sydow from The Exorcist.
Wow.
That's Reagan.
That is great.
And we have the musical rock and roll superstars Kiss right here. Paul Stanley. Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley,
with a full Kiss
Peter Criss
display here,
and some Kiss signed merch here, some albums and CDs, and these are all signed albums.
Now this isn't a museum that's open just for people to show up. This is just your private fun place.
This is just a lot of guys have man caves, and I have a man building, I guess. By the way, those boxes, those are all Barbra Streisand CDs, unfortunately.
Yeah, you have quite a Streisand collection you're trying to deal with.
Yeah, so Artemis Pyle's a friend of mine. Of course, he's the last living member of the original Leonard Skinner lineup. He lives not too far away from me, actually, here, so I go over and see him often. Here's a beer can that was that I got at the crash site.
Yeah.
And Artemis has signed this, and he signed it Artemis Pyle, Leonard Skinner, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2006, and he always signs Ronnie Van Zant at the top.
Oh, yeah.
So he gives credit to where credit's due, and was all Ronnie
That's
Van
great.
Zant. Yeah.
Tupac. You even have a Tupac signed
Tupac
album.
There. Here's more Barbra Streisand albums. Then we go into the Walt Disney area. Of course, we have Uncle Walt here.
And that's his suit, right?
Yep, this is his jacket and his tie. There's his office as it sits in Hollywood at the Walt Disney Studios when he passed away. That's exactly what it was. Walt had a piano in his office, so I put a piano in this one as well. And this is just a kind of an area dedicated to him. There's a Walt Disney autograph up there, by the way.
Look at all these awards.
Yeah, lots of...
You're an award winner, Richard!
Well, not really. Just lots of different Oscars and SAG awards, and these are all replicas. They're all made overseas, so there's no rules being broke or laws being broken in the United States. They're all imported from a place in Thailand. A guy in Thailand makes me all my awards over there. Here's some props from Gladiator, some spears, and some pieces of the shield. There's some props from Braveheart right there.
Whoops.
Things are always far. You know who fell? Barbara.
Barbara did it again.
Did it again.
If you didn't see the video, Richard he bought the world's largest Barbra Streisand memorabilia collection, and it's all over the place.
It's everywhere. It's taken over my building. These pieces are all signed, so you have Reba up here, you have Barry White, George Strait, Bruce Springsteen, Donna Summer, you name it, it's all here.
Coolio, I see.
Coolio, everybody and everybody. Here's a Yoko Ono signed album.
Wow.
Yoko, here's a couple Paul McCartney albums here.
Whoa, no kidding.
Lots of Dolly albums. Dolly is a great signer, just turned 80 years old. This week, we love Dolly. Fleetwood Mac. There's Mick Fleetwood and Stevie Nicks. You name it, it's here. There's our lovely Tina Turner. A signed album. That's actually a signed concert program.
Are those all people that, well, I guess not all people that have passed because I saw Reba in there,
Yeah,
but a
not
lot
all
of those
people.
people have passed
A
since
lot
then,
of
like
them have
Coolio.
passed. Yep, there's, speaking of somebody passed, there's a Luther album.
Yeah, I saw
You know?
Old Dirty Bastard up there.
ODB is up there. Coolio is up there. There's a lot of rare ones that are kind of, here's a Bruce Springsteen album. Boy George.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Wow.
Donna Summer. Yeah, you name it, it's here. Everybody and anybody you can think
Wow.
of. Literally, anybody and everybody.
And then, of course, you have Elvis.
There's my Elvis display. Yes, absolutely. We have replica jumpsuits that were made by the same company that actually made the jumpsuits for the movie. So we have the Aloha jumpsuit, which is the most famous jumpsuit I think that Elvis ever wore, with the Aloha cape up there on display. We have an owl jumpsuit, the peacock jumpsuit, what they call the tiger jumpsuit, and then in 1977, the last jumpsuit that Elvis ever wore is called the Aztec Sundial jumpsuit.
Yeah.
He wore that on stage, of course, when he sang the famous Unchained Melody, And so we put that on an Elvis that is a little heavier. In the back, we have a younger Elvis, but this one is a 77 Elvis here. And then lots of other Elvis merchandise.
You got a scarf.
I have a scarf. That was a concert scarf, a concert-worn scarf. That's there, and that came with the tickets for the actual concert as well. A woman in Charlotte went to the show in 1976, and Charlie Hodge used to put Elvis's scarves around his neck, and then he would bend down and you can pull them off. So
that's awesome.
We transitioned to Oz over here. We have the Wizard of Oz display. Oz is my favorite film. Ray Bolger, Judy Garland, Jack Haley, and Burt Lahr. And up flying high above everybody is Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West. Of course, we have her hourglass is right here. And fun gee whiz about the hourglass. Inside the hourglass, Jell-O. That's what they used.
Oh, is it really?
That is what they used for the hourglass. Also, the horse of a different color in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
He was dyed with Jell-O. That's why if you go back and watch the film, he's licking his lips.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense.
Yep. And then 3 pair of ruby slippers. My newest pair down there, my oldest here, and my rarest, which are here.
And even a yellow brick road,
and
too.
A little bit of a yellow brick road with some pieces of the yellow brick road here in this card. A piece of straw, a piece of rag and wheel, and a piece of hair from the Cowardly Lion.
How did you get the straw and that kind of stuff?
I'll show you. So Ray Bolger sent me some straw from the Scarecrow costume. So I have a little bundle of straw, and here's 2 pieces of straw. And he used to write letters, and he would say, "Here's some straw from the Scarecrow's costume." Now, what I think is Ray had a bale of hay in his backyard at his home in Beverly Hills, and he was just sending these out. But listen, it's from Ray Bolger.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's from Ray Bolger. So it's kind of a cool thing. Here's a signature of Adrian, who of course came up with the ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz. So that's going to go off to somebody who's actually, I'm parting with that piece. So
a signed poster.
Yep, there's a signed poster of some of the Munchkins from The Wizard of Oz, and some of the other cast members, including 104-year-old Karen Marsh Doll, who was Judy Garland's stand-in.
Wow, you even met her, huh?
She's still alive and doing well. She still dances, and 104 years old. So amazing, just amazing. Here's E.T. up here, the character Alf, with Mishiro the Marvelous. He was billed as the littlest person in the world at his time, but mostly because Michael Jackson loved him and put him on the Dangerous World Tour. And that's the outfit he's wearing on the poster, and here's the outfit right here.
That's amazing. And it blows me away. You showed me, you have signed photos of Michael with Lisa Marie and Michu. All 3 of them.
All 3.
Because he was the best man at the wedding.
That's right.
But that is so rare to have. I mean, that's one of those things like bucket list items that you have. That is amazing.
And they're all gone now. They're all
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So, that's kind of how the area is. This is all Titanic. You have a cast and crew jacket, a life vest that was worn by one of the extras. You have a poster here that took me about 25 years to complete.
Did you have you got everybody?
Everybody's on there. Leo, Kate, James Cameron, Gloria Stewart. Even the guy who was the steward number 4, who Kate slaps in the face, punches in the face as she's running down the hallway. So you name it, it's there. And that's a piece that I would call done, sealed, and up on the wall, never to be taken out.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah. So lots of props everywhere else. We have
President.
We have an area dedicated to the president.
For people that don't know, tell them what your job was before you retired.
I was a special air missions flight attendant in the Air Force. I spent 27 years active duty in the Air Force. 17 of those were flying on the airplanes based at Joint Base Andrews, and I got to serve these people. I got to serve our nation and world leaders for 17 of my 27 years.
Wow.
The greatest job in the Air Force, the best job in the Air Force. Shout out to all my Sam Fox brothers and sisters. Sam Fox is the logo of the base of Joint Base Andrews, and it represents represents Special Air Missions Foxtrot or Foreign, and it basically the best of the best. We have our patches that I wore in my uniforms, some of my uniforms that I wore over the years of my Air Force career, and of course I'm a presidential guy now, so we have to have a place to to put the presidential collection. So we have our current president right here.
Which this is a different Trump than I saw last time, isn't it?
We had to age him a little bit, so we changed his hair up, gave him a little bit more aging, because that's kind of what happens when they're in office for a while. They tend to age very quickly.
So you age the mannequins as well. It's never done.
I do, and I guess this is our Republican area because we have President Ronald Reagan here next to Trump, and then the guys that I took care of vice president. I took care of then Vice President Biden. Of course, he went on to have the presidency. Some of my letters from some of the guys that I have served, Vice President and then Vice President Biden, President Trump, Obama, George W. Bush, President Clinton as a former, and then over there in the corner is President Carter.
Wow.
8 years with the Obamas and the Bidens in that administration, flying the folks in that administration, and then George W. Bush. And, of course, we can't have an Oval Office without our founding fathers. So we have President Washington over there. And then Lincoln's in this corner, and Lyndon Johnson, JFK are over here. Here's my Resolute desk.
Tell me about it.
I got this desk from a collector down in South Carolina, and it was told to me that he got it from the studio that filmed the movie Dave. So this is one of the actual desks.
Kevin Kline's Dave.
Yep, and it even comes complete with the door for little John to get out of.
Now, tell me, I didn't realize the story of why they altered the desk.
They did. They altered the desk. So Queen Victoria gave the desk to the United States as a gift. It was made from the wood from the HMS Resolute, and it was open here in the middle. When Franklin Roosevelt came into office, because President Roosevelt was in a wheelchair, and it really wasn't viewed as a good thing to have him pictured in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
They added the middle piece so that could hide the wheelchair underneath the desk.
I had no idea. So, yeah, it makes total sense. I mean...
Yeah,
but
it does. And then lots of little tchotchkes and things like plates and glasses and things from the White House, and lots of books that are signed by different presidents. Here's an apron that has all the cookie dust from the last time I made cookies for the White House. I left that just as it was. There's a cup of crafts for coffee. Some more books signed by different presidents. So this is my little homage to my career in the Air Force. Here's my Missouri Cherry Blossom Medal that I was awarded.
Yeah.
So you can see how proud I am of that. It goes in the same spot as my Air Force career as it drops. Sorry, hope my Cherry Blossom guys don't see that.
Yeah.
And then my high school honored me in the High School Hall of Fame in 2022.
No kidding. So, that's great.
For my service in the military. So I'm very proud of that. Here we have Kermit, and there's a book here signed by Jim Henson, and he drew Kermit the Frog. So that's kind of neat.
That is awesome.
We have Charlie Chaplin there.
Oh yeah, you got Charlie's cane. You said
one of Charlie's canes. Yep, that he used later on in life.
How'd you get that?
A woman in London used to correspond with Charlie. So I got that from her. She was one of his childhood friends.
Oh, wow.
Edward Scissorhands, Johnny Depp in his award-winning role. And this is the kind of area I'm working on right now. We have Hannibal Lecter back there from Silence of the Lambs in his Oscar-winning role. This whole outfit was owned by Joan Crawford. So we put...
How'd you get that?
I knew her best friend, one of her best friends, Dorothy Barrett, who was also a character actress.
Oh, tell us that story.
Yeah, so Dorothy Barrett was an interesting lady. She was an MGM bit player. She played in not only Gone with the Wind, but also The Wizard of Oz, where she played one of the Emerald City women, brush-up girls. And so when the cast are going into get brushed up and cleaned up, she's one of the ladies that actually get them inside to clean them up. And then when they come out before the Cowardly Lion sings his famous song, she's standing on the steps at the Emerald City.
And you always wanted to meet her.
I always wanted to meet her. She was always on my list. And one day, Jerry Marin, who was the original Lollipop Kid, and I were having lunch at Bob's Big Boy in Burbank. And as we got up to walk out, Dorothy was there, and she called out to Jerry, "Hi, Jerry, hi, Jerry." And I was so excited because as soon as she said her name, I knew exactly who she was. And I had always wanted to meet her, but I couldn't find her. So she and I ended up becoming friends, and I got a lot of the pieces from her estate when she passed away.
Wow.
So, yeah. And here's a cool piece. These are Mork and Ork suspenders.
Signed
by Robin Williams, and he wrote Nanu Nanu on it.
That is so cool.
Isn't that cool? Here's a Barbara Eden, I Dream of Jeannie bottle.
She's still with us.
I'm going to see Barbara on Saturday. She's coming here.
You going to have her sign that?
No, she's already signed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
of course she has.
Yeah, she's going to be coming to North Carolina on Saturday. Here's a. This is from the re-release of Gone with the Wind. This would have been at the Carolina Theater in Charlotte, and I got it again from an estate. So I rescued that from an estate. So that would be a 67 poster from the actual movie.
Wow.
Here's Eddie Murphy's costume from Beverly Hills. I'm sorry, this is the one from Beverly Hills Cop 2. This is his suit from 48 Hours.
Wow. That he's wearing on the cover of the VHS, I noticed.
And there it is right there. So that's kind of neat. Brandon Lee from The Crow, of course, tragically killed in The Crow. Here's a signed photo from Brandon Lee.
That you got yourself.
Yep. There you go.
From Rapid Fire.
You ever seen these? This is these old video disc players. So before we had videos or DVDs, we had laser discs.
Yeah.
Before laser disc, we had video discs.
No, I've never heard of video discs.
So this is from this one is from 1983. Okay.
That's amazing. My friend Vinny Gonzalez, who passed away about 2 years ago, major Kiss collector. He was who Robert De Niro studied for that part.
Yeah. And
he's in the movie.
Rupert was a autograph collector.
Yeah.
Rupert Pupkin was.
Yeah, and they cast Vinny as one of the autograph hounds in one of the scenes.
And these video discs, you basically slide it in there.
Oh, you actually have a player still.
Yeah,
wow.
And you take it out, and the movie is actually gone. It's already in there, and then you can play it from there.
I've never seen that before.
You put it in, and the movie's back.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, and I love the King of
You got to get De Niro to sign that.
I have De Niro signed King of Comedy already laser disc somewhere. It's
okay.
I have Jerry Lewis and De Niro on it already.
Wow.
So yeah, great piece. Some Star Wars items over here in the corner. Of course, we have Lord Yoda here. And then one of my dear, dear friends was Mr. James Earl Jones.
That I'm jealous of.
And we have a Darth Vader.
You said he didn't sign many autographs,
he didn't
really.
sign too many in-person autographs. His son would take them inside and he would sign it. But this was one of the last items that I got signed by James Earl Jones.
That's incredible.
So lots of posters. There's stuff signed by John Williams there. There's stuff signed by George Lucas. We have lots of other Star Wars stuff. Just, And then under here, what am I going to say? Barbara Streisand stuff.
All that?
See it at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Barbara has taken over this end of my building here.
This is cool, though. You have that signed by Heath Ledger.
Yeah, so this is from A Knight's Tale. This is from
huge.
The premiere at London. It's signed by some of the cast members, and Heath Ledger signed this as well. So there's a great example. Here's a Planet of the Apes billboard. That's signed by the stars of Planet of the Apes.
Wow.
Including Richard D. Zanuck, Estella Warren, Tim Burton. Burton, actually, I just noticed, Burton signed it twice. He signed it up.
Yeah, he did.
He signed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool, man.
Tons and tons of these as well. So, yeah, it's my life's work. It's 40 plus years of collecting.
And it could be your family's headache just by talking to them. It's crazy. Like, you have so much of the coolest. I mean, like, who has Steven Seagal's head in their house? And, it's funny, like we were saying, it's like, I would kill to have most of this stuff, and your wife's like, oh, God, I don't want any of it.
There's costumes from Dallas over there in the corner. J.R. Ewing costumes.
No kidding.
Yeah, there's a shirt that he wore in Dallas, a tan shirt.
Wow, yeah.
It's actually signed by him. On one side, he wrote Larry Hagman. On the other side, he wrote J.R. Ewing.
Wow, whose cast chair is that?
That's from Dallas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's from Dallas as well. I bought that at the Larry Hagman auction that Julian's had the year before he passed away. So
this is amazing, Richard.
Anything. I mean, it's probably 1 million items in this building alone.
Yeah.
And I got stuff in storage, and I have stuff in the back of the building, and
and you're not one of those people who does it just to immediately turn around and sell it. Like this whole place is decades worth of collecting.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It really is, and I love it. I'll sell the odd piece here and there, but it just pays for this crazy hobby.
Yeah, and you have so many. I mean, you've met some of these people 30 times.
Oh, yeah.
Like different times.
Yeah. It's fun. It's not a normal hobby. A lot of people have normal hobbies. They make collect stamps or they make like spoons or whatever. This is not normal.
Yeah.
This is a little extreme. I guess extreme collecting, but I love it. And everybody has their favorite. They have their favorite actor, their favorite actress, their favorite film, maybe their favorite musician. So everybody has a favorite. I love everything show business. I love everything Hollywood.
Yeah.
I love the art of entertainment and the art of show business.
And your collection shows it. You go from horror to comedy to Wizard of Oz to Elvis to Gladi. I mean, you really,
everything.
you're really into a lot of stuff, which I think is cool.
Yeah, you name it. It's here. And if it's not out, it's in boxes somewhere that I haven't got to yet. So I mean, it's just it's fun. It's a life's work, but it's fun to have it, and it's even better now that I can have it displayed and put out for people like yourself to come in and look and enjoy it. Because what good is having a collection if other people can't enjoy it?
I know you were telling me somebody that has like a pair of the ruby slippers and they're in a vault that they never see, they never share with anybody. It's like, what's kind of the fun of having it at that point, you know? So
and that's why I also look at things like the Streisand collection and wanting to sell that. I wanted to get
it in the hands of people that love it.
In the hands of a fan, a Barbra Streisand fan. I am not a fan per se of anybody. I guess I'm fanatical, which is the long word of fan. I'm fanatical about show business.
You like being a part of history, I think. I notice.
I love everything about collecting, and it's fun to share the stories because the stories itself sometimes are even better than the autograph.
I feel the exact same way. That's why I love walking around and things spark as you were showing me yesterday, things would spark your memory as to what happened when you got that, or the moment.
Items, I know where and when every single item was signed. I look at that laser disc that's signed by Roger Moore, and I know I got that signed at the Ivy restaurant in the West End of London. I look at that Harry Potter signed by the cast of Harry Potter, and I know I got that signed at the royal premiere of Harry Potter, the first film. So I can look at everything and go, okay, yep, there's an Al Pacino up there. I know that I got that signed in New York. Kevin Costner next to him.
Yesterday you're like, hey, if you ever want to get Al Pacino's autograph, here's how you do it.
He walks around.
You said he takes a walk the same time every day.
Same time every single day. That's kind of a new thing. He's only been doing that for the last 36 months. So a lot of the Los Angeles collectors are going out to his neighborhood and catching him by the park or walking down the street. So I can look at an item and know exactly where and when it was signed, or at least pinpoint the time frame that it was signed in. Every item has a story. Every item is like waiting for 6 hours for somebody.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Or it happens right away on the fly. You get something, and then it's signed, the next day.
Yeah.
Or the next hour, for that matter. And sometimes things like the Titanic poster take 20 years to complete.
Yeah, and you're just praying that everybody stays alive to where you can get them all. And I know.
And it was crazy. Leo was the last person that I needed on that poster. And I told you I never bother people at the restaurants. I never bother people with their children. Well, I was eating at a restaurant in Los Angeles, and Leo came in with his friends. And they were out in the patio eating. And then they went out in the patio to sit out there and smoke cigars and just kind of relax.
Yeah.
I grabbed that poster from my car, rolled it up.
What are the odds you would have it with you? I mean, when would you ever just... you can't take everything. Yeah, but you can't take everything.
You can't. But you need to take the items that you need to complete.
Yeah.
And I actually rolled the poster up and I put it into my shirt.
Wow.
And had it like that. I went out to the patio and I was waiting till they were kind of done. Leo got up and I just said, hey, Leo, do you mind if we get a picture? And he's like, you know what? I can't do that right now, but next time I see you. So that, again, we talked about it yesterday. They say that next time they see you, because most of the time they're never going to see him.
Yeah.
I'm just not that guy. We're going to see each other at some point. I said, Leo, I actually have the Titanic poster. I'd love for you to sign if you don't mind. He's like, yeah, man, no worries about it. Next time we can definitely. I said, no, I actually have it right now with me. And I took it out of my
what is he supposed to say then?
He was dumbfounded. He was like, what?
The element of surprise.
I didn't want to bother you when you were eating, but I thought maybe you would mind signing it. I unrolled it. He wrote to Richard and Michelle because he signed it to both of us, and he signed it, and it was done. It went up on the wall after that. So,
dude, thank you for sharing your collection and your stories today. I always love coming to visit.
You're welcome, Jordan. It's always a pleasure to have you, and hello to all your fans, and thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.